Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute Live. I'm Kyle Olson from the Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. Kyle.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, or good after morning, or night, or
whatever it is, wherever you are.
Whatever dimension
welcome.
you find yourself in.
Exactly.
Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so interesting day today. Today's my birthday. And
Congratulations.
Thank
you. Made
you.
it another year.
Thank you.
Everybody, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. No.
Cut.
Okay.
Let's
keep rolling.
I only bring that up to bring myself more attention, which I may or may not deserve. And I just want to say that here's the beautiful thing of this. My wife, my lovely woman that I'm related to by marriage, she took me out. We got some breakfast, brought it home, had a beautiful breakfast. I've had my free human bean beverage, no paid consideration for that. That's just everybody gives you free stuff. Yeah. I'm listening to the podcast just to make sure I'm caught up and stuff when we talk about the podcast recap.
Sure.
Amusingly, I have something here right now that is related to minute 75. We talked about miniatures.
That's right.
So we talk about this. This is great. Here's the opening. And she goes, "You're talking about miniatures?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, you know a lot about those."
Ooh, wow. On your birthday?
On my birthday.
That's a burn.
On my birthday. It's unbelievable. Anyway, good day.
They keep us humble.
They do keep us
Our
humble.
wives keep us humble.
Because if we didn't, again, and I love my wife so much. I've said this before on the show. I love her so much. I'm so grateful for her.
One thing we can agree on is we both married up.
We married up. We both did. And I'm not saying any of this because she may be sitting 4 feet to my left. It's okay. It's cool. That's the truth. Truth is the truth.
Yeah.
That's how we roll here on the Marvel Movie Minute. What is next? What do we have?
Let's see. Well, I think it's time to summon the bird, isn't it?
Oh, there
she is. Right,
old Arena.
So like you're talking about over this week, we were mostly talking about not the star of the film, Tony Stark, but his father, Howard Stark, because Tony got a visit from his dead daddy.
Yes.
So through the magic of Disney-esque
of 8mm of
8mm film.
recordings.
Yeah, he got to get a message specially delivered to him there, a very oddly timely, poignant message for something that was just recorded randomly in 1973. I think the title card said, or the clapper said. So it was a lot of. Tony, that we took a deep dive in trying to figure out a mysterious device that Tony is using that was actually something you could purchase, but we couldn't figure out exactly what it was. But yeah, we're in the slow part of the movie, so getting into a lot of character motivations and details, and a lot of plot exposition and things are happening to set us up for the big explosive finale that is coming here soon.
Right, and it is part of Tony's journey.
True.
I mean,
True.
This is one of many reconciliations with his father that will happen over the course of the whole character. So
that's right.
It all really becomes real here. So this is a big
Tony's
part.
Journey. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it was good. We have. I think we talk about the ex-wife. We did the whole.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Justin Hammer's big, gun porn section. He talks about all those things, and I was fun to find out, and I was happy to pass on to the listeners the fact that he was being fed all that information into his earpiece, he was saying. So that was basically the screenwriter Justin Theroux feeding him all that information, and then he had to sort of spin it and then make it sound interesting. So that's a testament to Sam Rockwell's abilities.
Good fun stuff ahead.
Yep.
We're going to get into the third act here. Not too late, as always. Join in. Start from the beginning. Start now, go back. Right. Whatever time place you want to jump into. I don't believe no time authorities will be on your tail. You'll be able to just go wherever you want. Oh boy, I may have spilled the beans on that. What's our next segment? Did you want a little bit of music? Was that
I did. If you could give me a. We've heard this music before. Where have we heard that?
Wait, what is that from?
I don't know. I tried.
Oh
my gosh, everybody.
Oh my god. Wait,
it's Baron Zemo!
They How did?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks really good there.
They look really good. So this is, I'm going to do this so you can focus a little better.
Oh,
so
no,
this
it's good,
is
yeah.
is it good? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the Marvel Legends Baron Zemo that just came out. As you can see, he is carrying the notebook that was very prominent in Civil War. And also, he's got, his belt buckle and all that kind of stuff. He also has an alternate head, so if you want to do the mask thing, but I kind of, like the way that we've seen him mostly, because you only in that one scene wore him. But yes, he has joined the ranks of my guys. So just off to, let's see, camera left, I guess it is, I've got Dr. Doom, Kang, and now they are joined by Baron Zemo. So I have my little Masters of Evil starting over here.
Oh. I thought you were going to say the Thunderbolts, but I guess not.
No, Dr. Doom would never deign himself to join the Thunderbolts, but yes.
Understood. Very nice. We have a little bit more to talk about with Hasbro, by the way, later on in today's show.
Yes, we get to the toy section. I just wanted to have him have a little cameo here as he is unofficially joining the group because he's watching me as I record now.
That's amazing. He has his gold gun too.
He does. Yeah, they have, and it comes with one wing. So
I'm going to give you just a tease. Oh, that's it. That's all I'm going to show you.
Okay.
And then I'll show you the rest. I'll show you the rest.
Oh, what's the time for? Then
Marvel Cinematic, the Newsverse.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of news going on, but it's good because we can focus on the one thing that's really exciting us. But let me get to the one piece thing I want to talk about before we get to the thing that blew our minds a couple of days ago.
Right.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy has a video game coming out. So I actually did a little more research into this. We sort of broke the news. The news was broken to us, I guess, during the recording of one of our shows. So now I've learned a little bit more to it. And it's mistitled. Oh. Because while it's called Guardians of the Galaxy, it should be called Star-Lord the game because that's who you play. Like, if you're looking for a game you can play as Drax or as Groot or as Rocket, you're not going to.
Oh, interesting.
It is only a Star-Lord. Like, they're with you, but it's still just you playing as Star-Lord. So you can sort of give commands as they're going. Like, you can see, like, Gamora, and you can say, use your spin attack on that guy, like, through keyboard or controller commands. But you are playing as Star-Lord. Those are the decisions you make as Star-Lord. So
now I can see that
a little bit annoying that they call it Guardians of the Galaxy when they're just, like, secondary or tertiary characters. Like, it'd be like if you were giving an Avengers game and you were only allowed to play as Captain America.
Right.
Is it really an Avengers game if you're only going to play as one member of the Avengers?
Well, and that's interesting because
it's a little strange.
And I'm not going to pretend I'm not a game programmer, but you have the models obviously of all the characters.
Sure.
You
and
have
they're fully voiced and
you have their voice, you have their mannerisms, you have all of their movements and stuff. I don't know what would be. The only thing I could see is unless the storyline is so entrenched in you choosing things as Star-Lord, I guess that would make the reason why they don't play. But you would think that there would be an option. It's not an open world game, though, I guess.
It is a single player action adventure game.
Okay.
So but there are decisions you make along the way. So they do take some of, like, I guess the most interactive we've seen was the Telltale game that they put out where it was all decision based and
got it.
Short things. But this is similar to that in that, like, they showed one piece of gameplay where they were having to sneak into the enemy base, and they know this person was a collector of rare things. It's not the collector; it's somebody else.
Right.
But so they had, and so because the Guardians are made up of a bunch of weird creatures, you as Star-Lord have to decide who would look better in terms of a monster that they would be selling, that Rocket or Groot. So you make that decision, and then that person is then in a box, and then can't fight as you get your way through the thing. So there are decisions like that along the way. But I mean, I'm saying I'm not. This is not me condemning the game. It's just the more I learned about it, the more strange it seemed that was their decision. But it could end up being really good. I really like the fact that they have a ton of cosmetics in it. So if you pre-order, you get stuff. If you can unlock things throughout the game, and you can change all the looks of the characters.
Oh wow!
But I think just like with Marvel Avengers, I think we could probably have a discussion at some point about character design because there's some unusual choices they made with their characters. But that might be a segment for somewhere down the line.
No, that's still, the game looks cool.
Comes out this fall.
Yeah, this fall. There's a lot of stuff to wait and see on once you get closer to launch date.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's the other piece of news? Was there any other?
Let's see. Something
news?
Black Widow, no.
What happened? No?
Oh, that's right. There's a new Shang-Chi trailer.
And there's
which
a cameo.
in itself is news. But inside the Shang-Chi trailer was the return of a very, very important character to us personally.
Yes. Let me bring. There he
There
is.
he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Abomination is back.
What the heck?
Oh my gosh. If you had given me a list of characters who might show up in Shang-Chi, I would never have put the Abomination on that list.
So everyone's been going nuts. You
Yes.
texted me. I had known
did,
there was a new trailer.
immediately. Yeah.
I hadn't watched it, and you were like, "There's a cameo," and then I watch it.
Yeah.
And it didn't even hit me because I just see
fast.
this, and I'm like, "Whoa!" Right? Well,
Yeah.
and you can't miss it though. But I'm like, "Well, who's the cameo?" And you're like, "Abomination," and I went, "Obama what?" Like, what? Well, okay. So, not to rehash. I mean, this is all out there. People have been talking
Sure.
about it. I think
Yeah.
a couple things that we just want to note because we are familiar with this character a
Yes,
little bit.
exactly. Abomination is very important to us because we spent all of season 2 talking about him here on the Marvel Movie Minute.
So, okay, so one thing to get out of the way is this is the post, I guess you could say post title sequence in the trailer. There is some sort of tournament of characters.
Some kind of fight club. I thought it was like the Mandarin was doing this, but now I'm thinking it's not. Maybe
right.
Actually, one of the videos I watched, I'm trying to remember who it was. I watched a bunch of them. They think this is Madripoor.
Yes.
This is a supernatural or superhuman fight club in Madripoor.
And Madripoor, the crime city that we saw in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Correct.
So things are connecting, which
Yep.
is really good. Okay, so there's been discussion on is this Wong or is this not Wong?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. He is a sorcerer because he's
Right.
using the same powers that the acolytes of Doctor Strange and that faction, I don't even know if they have an official name besides sorcerers, use. It could be.
Well, I'll tell you, from this screenshot, yeah, that's Wong.
Yeah, it looks like him to me. Yeah.
So, I mean, and plus the actor was photographed apparently on
Visited the
or
set, yeah.
visiting the set. So there's some thought about that. But anyway, who knows? We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Abomination.
Yeah, this is what's cool.
Here's Incredible Hulk 171. There's been some changes to Abomination since we last saw him.
That's right. Pants.
Well, there is. No, that's not. I don't think that's.
I think it
pants.
is. I think he's wearing a purple Speedo.
No, I think it's a sumo. It's like a
is it?
sumo diaper. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because you can kind of see a little bit. I'm going to use my. I can get my mouse in there. This is not what I thought we'd be doing on today's show. But you see how
Happy
the
birthday.
the fabric.
What'd you do on your birthday, Rob? Well, I talked about Abomination's crotch for about 20 minutes.
I talked about Abomination's choice of groinery supplements. So it's just, I'm going to stop doing that. But anyway, so you get the point.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, it's still a version of pants,
But
as
look
opposed
at
to
this.
the buck naked he was at the end of the
where he
Incredible
just
Hulk
had
movie.
a bone piece, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay, but I will tell you, like, you look at this.
the ears make so much difference.
This is what's amazing is when I brought this image up with it.
Yeah.
It's the same head as the
Yes.
Incredible Hulk character.
Yeah,
However, now we made a joke about this on our observations on season 2. He's really legitly green now.
yes, he is 100% green.
100%
he was
green.
Sort of more olive would be generous.
Oh no, he's green. He's moss green. He's moss man. Like I see this as being, we went full in on the green.
Yep.
But the ears,
Yeah,
it's incredible because he still has. I think there's another shot I have here. You still see the spiny
ridges.
back.
Yeah.
All they did was add the ears, and yes, they augmented different parts of his extremities.
Well, sure. But yeah,
It's
I mean,
it's outstanding.
This is when people were saying, "Oh, you sure that's him?" It's like, yes. As
Yes.
someone who studied him, look at this chest piece,
Look at this.
the bony chest piece. You can see it so clearly.
This is him. This
Yeah.
is absolutely Abomination.
Yeah.
Well, and
like right there when they're looking down, you can sort of see the ridge.
yes,
The top of his rib cage. Yeah, that is absolutely Abomination.
and I don't know where I saw this. Some subtitle somewhere confirms it.
Okay.
Because in the subtitle it says Abomination and roars.
Oh,
So
okay.
like in the you know
Yeah.
the assistive descriptions. So yeah, this Abomination. He's back.
Yeah.
This makes a ton of sense in that I've seen it's going to connect somehow to She-Hulk. We already know that Tim
Yes.
Roth has been brought on for She-Hulk. What is this? Is this the beginnings? I mean, you could think maybe it is the beginnings of the Thunderbolts. Why is he
Could be.
here?
And
Who is
that-
he
I mean,
representing?
see, that's an interesting thought to have him as part of that too, because it does seem that is the way they're going. Whether it is officially Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers is another thing I've been hearing about, which unfortunately they didn't have another cooler name besides Dark Avengers. But that kind of thing is they're bringing all these anti-hero / villains back.
Right.
It just seems like it would make sense if you had them all meet up, maybe under the supervision of a well-dressed woman who enjoys purple.
Oh, well, who might be working in conjunction with a certain general who is now a secretary.
Also
or
a
something.
possibility.
Well, this is what I suspect will be. I'm not going to say anything other than I suspect we are going to get a shade of this in Black Widow.
We're
going to get a sliver of that.
That's actually a thing. Can you see? I think we can say goodbye to our boy for now.
Oh yeah, he's done. Yeah.
Thank you, Abomination. Can't wait to see you again.
Thank you.
Because that is one of the theories I heard, and it actually makes a lot of sense. So if they're bringing back Abomination now, okay, so we have him on the table. Now we have U.S. Agent
Right.
from Falcon Winter Soldier. We have White Vision, which is a possibility as well. Like, he's out there
yeah.
as a loose cannon. We don't really know.
Yes.
You know, and now we have we're going to see a brand new character, which we'll talk about when we talk about Loki.
Right.
And that's a pretty good lineup already of characters. And if you add in if you add in a new Black Widow who's not quite as morally strong as the one we've known, suddenly that's 5, and that's the beginning of a team.
Yes. Yes.
And if you bring in Red Guardian, then suddenly you have analogs to almost everybody. All we need is sort of an armored person, and
right.
you got yourselves a Dark Avengers,
No,
or a Thunderbolts, or whatever. Like, you've got an evil team
that quick.
Yeah,
I mean, you can see, and look, this is why we love this stuff. This is why we love Disney Plus too, because they're building the blocks of this already. And
and if they're doing the long game, then if you're introducing a armored villain, Armor Wars would be a pretty good place to drop that person in, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Oh, let it be Justin Hammer.
Justin man in chair. Justin Hammer is the man in chair. Come on, let him be the guy back at base talking in all their ears.
That would be amazing. All right. Anyway, I'm getting too excited. Any other news? Any other?
No, that's pretty much all I had. I say the
only thing I just want to bring up. I did find this was amusing in case you hadn't seen this. This was an article in cruxnow.com. A marvelous encounter happened this past week when Pope Francis met Spider-Man.
Wow.
That is a non-doctored
most powerful,
photo.
important men in the world meeting the Pope. That's amazing.
So there's a couple things. First of all,
This is in Italy. This is
in Italy.
Vatican.
This is at the Vatican. The gentleman's name who is in, by the way, a really good Spider-Man costume.
That is a really good one.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
His name is right there. It's Mattia Villardita.
Oh, they gave away his secret identity? Come on, not cool.
Well, it was JJ. So anyway, he got it out
and
there.
the guy on the left, his costume looks really great too.
It's the hat. You
it's
see
really the hat that does the mix.
Here's what he gave him. He gave him a mask. You see it in the Pope's hand.
Do.
Of the Spider-Man, which would be amazing. The long story short is how this happened is Mattia grew up with some deformities. I believe he had some sort of disease, and he spends his life visiting children in children's hospitals throughout Italy.
Oh.
And so this is a very cool thing, and he was being recognized. They had him come in for this audience with the Pope, for the Pope to recognize his work towards making the lives of children that much brighter. Beautiful story. Marvel gets a ka-ching. I mean, what more is there? What is there not to like about that? I thought that was kind of a funny story.
And the only thing I have to say that would be con un grande potere vie una grande responsabilità, which is Italian for with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh God!
Thank you.
Did
Google
you just
Translate.
look that up?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't know you were going to talk about that.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that was it.
And I apologize for my Italian translation.
That's
but
very nice.
I don't apologize for the fact that I didn't try and do a ridiculous accent on it. Oh, wait. Oh, it's time for merchandise.
It's a little bit of. We got a little bit of more merch stuff to talk about. Let me bring up our. We gotta come
Look
up with a name
at
for this.
that.
So we've got. they've announced obviously Marvel Legends,
Yep.
Sylvie. I don't even know what. I don't know, what are we saying? Sylvie.
Sylvie, we're saying Sylvie for now. Yeah.
Sylvie. So this figure now. This is interesting. They show the figure. This is rare for Marvel or Hasbro, as we know. Figure's not available till the fall.
No.
Like this was not a pre-sale. This was not a hurry up and get it before the bots.
Yeah.
No, it just here it
I
is.
just want
It's
to
coming.
say, hey, it exists. We'll
Right.
tell you more later.
So, but nice. But I'll tell you what, for a Marvel Legends figure, it looks great. Looks
Yeah.
like the cloak is removable. She's got the one horn. It's totally cool. Looking forward to that. I think you had sent me. What do we got next? Oh, I got to talk about this. My Phase 4 shelf.
That's right. You have a new update in your office.
Which let me just bring back here. Here's the reveal. I do have
Oh, there he is,
and
fully
he's
built.
full on, and he's got the stand, and he's got the
red wing above him,
and the wings are completely articulated. It's very very cool. To do that, you need to have Loki, who I have here, and he has got, and of course he has the variant.
Oh, nice. I was
Jacket
wondering
on the
about
back.
that.
So okay, but now we got to talk about this. We're big fans, but
Oh yeah,
please.
there's your Zemo masked.
Yeah, my
Having
Zemo's
say
there.
that-
He's got his hood on. I've even got this couple Shang-Chi figures and stuff, which is cool. So when I ordered these, because sometimes we have to do this, I ordered doubles because I didn't know if you were going to get your figures,
Sure.
whatever. So I have another set, which I'm going to probably just eBay or something, right? However, the one Scarlet Witch, she has suffered
Oh.
from a misalignment. Doesn't she look sad? She
Looks
looks
like she's sticking her bottom lip out. Oh,
yes.
Where'd
the
my
whole
husband
thing.
go?
Now,
My life is a lie.
Well, I mean,
Where are my
kind
kids?
of. It kind of has been.
It has. Yeah.
Wanda. All right. So here's a little issue. So when you have a problem with a Hasbro Pulse order, it's not easy to get resolved.
Oh.
So I went to HasbroPulse.com. I went to the customer service thing. I filled out the form. I said, "Here's a picture. This
Yeah.
is a problem. What do we do?" I get a fairly quick response back that says, "Oh yeah, sorry. We can't do anything about that. Why don't you go to the Hasbro customer service?" So I go to Hasbro, and I'm like, "Well, you're Hasbro.
Yeah.
Hasbro Pulse,
Oh, we just ship. We have nothing to do with it.
different from Hasbro."
Yeah.
Go to Hasbro, go to their thing. They have a chat session. I go ahead and log into the chat thing. It says, "Your second customer in line. Please hold." After about 15 minutes, it says, "Oh yeah, we're all too busy. Canceled. Just figure something else out." I go and find the contact form for the Hasbro customer service, which you need an account to even fill out the form for. I create an account on the Hasbro customer service website, fill out the form, put everything on it. That was Thursday. No response yet.
Well, it has been the weekend.
Let me say this. Here's my concern. I pay the money to be a Hasbro Premier member. I expect Amazon, right? Like
Right.
I expect a system that says, "Oh yeah, here's my order. Is there a problem with this? Yes. What happened? Defective. Return, replace." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's almost like they designed the system to be incredibly complicated so that you'll give up.
yeah. You said it, and I concur.
It's
no,
almost
like guys, that's I'm a little bit disappointed. Disappointed.
Well, I had this picture up. This is one I want to say in their defense. You know, like
Oh,
their,
yeah.
their customer
No,
service
of
apparently
course.
is for garbage lately. But
Right.
look, not only detail, but look at the height difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just amazing to me that they
Yeah.
actually take the time to figure out that they're not just cast as 6-inch straight on. Like
No.
you can see that Wanda is shorter than Vision,
Yes.
but Loki is as tall as Vision. Like you know that we
Oh,
know
Loki's
that
tall. Yeah, Loki's
yeah,
tall.
Loki is a
Right.
tall, like as you know, Tom Hiddleston is a tall person. It's
Yes.
like in the same thing. You can see that we know that Nora, is shorter than Shang-Chi himself.
Right.
Like it's like the fact that they actually take the time to like make that much of a difference, so a couple centimeters.
Yes.
Because even as I'm looking at my guys here, like Doctor Doom is taller than Zemo.
No,
Like because they're standing together. It's like, well, yeah, that makes sense.
I am thrilled. I am happy with the product, and defective stuff is going to happen. I understand that, especially with
Sure.
now that they've gone to the reason why this happens is because they've gone to the super detailed. Look at those eyes. they've gone with, it's almost like they're inkjet printing the faces. So I understand that's why that can happen, that it's all off a millimeter or so. Sure, I understand that. But you do have to, we gotta have.
They thought she was shorter.
Or something. That was a bad day in the Nexus. That was a bad. Oh my God! All right. Speaking of, let's talk about other. Talk about other ways to spend even more money.
And costs a lot of money.
So wait, you sent me this. This is off of BigBadToyStore.com.
Yeah.
Medicom, who is known for their super high detail. They are one of their niches is they are making Hot Toys quality products in the 6-inch scale.
Yeah,
so
and we talked about the Hot Toys, like we've talked about them, but we'll talk about them again. The super detailed, sort of Barbie doll sized figures. Yeah, and so Medcom is doing that, but on a smaller scale. So, what you're looking at here, while gorgeous, is a 6-inch action figure for $100.
$100. Now look,
it's gorgeous.
Well, okay.
I mean, look at that face sculpt.
It's okay. No, it's hyper articulated.
Yeah.
Look at all the accessories. You get all of the.
Do they have one? Do they have one hand there just for fist in hand?
Yes.
Wow.
It comes with multiple hands, and okay, this made me laugh. I mean, you want to talk about? It comes with 2 heads for the nuanced.
Oh, I'm listening. Yes.
Yeah, sort of happy and not so happy face. Which, I mean, look at the detail. I mean, that's ridiculous. This looks amazing. If you're in the market, like if you're a Captain Marvel fan, you don't have a lot of space. Yeah, okay, sure. This is great.
Yeah,
that's a great thing.
Yeah.
That's a pretty much.
I hope Brie gets one.
Yeah, what's that?
I hope Brie Larson gets one. Fellow YouTuber.
No,
it's much better at this medium than we are.
Yeah,
by the way, her YouTube channel is astounding. You should.
She knows what she's doing.
Any of those you not doing, subscribe. It is just full of happy, wholesome goodness of just her just going about her life through COVID. She's really good at this.
Yeah. No, I completely and totally.
Yeah.
No, we got that. There'll be some more. I guess there's rumors that there will be more Marvel Legends drops on Hasbro Pulse this week.
Okay.
They did. We won't really talk about it because they're not great. They did a whole drop of new G.I. Joe figures in the 3 3/4 scale.
Sort of outside of our realm, but also you don't need to really. They're not for us older nerds. They're for the younger ones who are going to bash the figures together because that's what they look like they could be designed for.
Yeah.
I hate to insult any toy sculptors out there, but you don't need to bring them up. They don't need to see.
Oh,
go to HasbroPulse.com. You can see them for yourself.
You know what there is? Hold on. There's something I forgot.
Oh, there is.
That I wanted to add.
A new thing from our friends over at Hasbro.
Yes,
the Marvel license.
There is a not from Hasbro, from Lego.
Oh, that's right.
And hold on, I'm going to pull this up.
Yeah, our friends in the Spoilerville Lego.
So this is
left
super
and right, showing all kinds of stuff that we didn't know did exist.
Wait until you see this. Hold on. This is going to be ridiculous.
We already know they spoiled stuff from the What If.
More. Did you hear the latest one?
Yeah, I'd say there's even more stuff from What If that it's just like, boy, Marvel, you really need to announce this What If stuff, or Lego's just going to steal everything from you.
You better have the What If announcement ready to go, on the eve of the final Loki episode.
It might be time for a new trailer because
yes,
Lego's stealing your thunder.
Listen, is it the one? Did you see the one that's involving a certain web slinger?
I did.
Okay, yeah, that's it. All right, here's the other one. So this is
So obviously that comes from I think it's a catalog. It's a German Lego catalog,
yes.
But it's a little difficult to see maybe on screen, whatever. But what that is it's Thor's house/apartment from Endgame. So this is when Rocket and Hulk go to visit Thor, and I think who all's there?
Meek, isn't it? Meek?
Yeah, Meek is there. I think Meek is actually in I think he's the purple thing you see in the corner there.
He's the purple thing, and
and Korg.
Oh, Korg.
Yeah. So the three of them, this is their bro bachelor pad, I guess. So that's what's just bro Thors.
I mean, okay. I don't know what to say about this.
So it's bro Thor's New Asgard, essentially, is what the translation is in 7+ years, 7 years and up. I speak a little German. I think that's German adjacent if it isn't actually German.
Oh, jeez.
So this coming. They say it's coming in August, which would line up with the timeline for What If.
Oh yeah.
But it looks. I'm thinking this looks like a buy a thing and get this thing. I mean, they say it's $30 or whatever, but like I've never seen them do micro sets like this.
Well, the closest thing they've done to this to a retail set was there was a Doctor Strange Lego set that came out years ago. That was a room. It was like this, and there was some tentacle portal with tentacles that was coming out. It was comic based, I think. Okay. And there was that. So they've done this before, but I mean, yeah, this looks nice, but I mean, I'm not paying. I know this is euros, but
yeah, €30.
But like, I don't see this being. If this were to be released, this is a $20 set max.
Right, exactly. Like, but by the euro, if I'm doing the rough conversion in my head, that'd be like $40 over here. That's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, the only thing I could see is you could get the Friends apartment set, and then a whole bunch of things could start happening.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know what else to say. I thought that was interesting. The other thing is kind of in related worlds. LegoCon was yesterday.
Oh,
to the chagrin of many adult collector, it was a highly polished, well done online event from the Lego House in Denmark, I believe.
Was that the part they were disappointed in?
No. They expected it. Here's the deal: you have this whole, like every genre. Lego has the whole adult collector sphere, and then you've got the people that the toys were originally designed for, which is children, and the adults are like, "Why aren't you not catering to us?" And I can see.
Sorry, I thought I heard a great disturbance, as if millions of voices cried out in frustration, and that's weird. I feel like I've heard that exact complaint before.
I understand this. You have to cater, but you have to cater to both, because here's the reality: the kids are not going out and buying 4 versions of the $350 sets either, right?
True. Oh yeah, with the
you're making
the Marvel
money
ones. Or
come on, you're making money off of the adult collectors. There's no question about that. And they, I think, get that a little bit. They're just, it was very interesting. Anyway. We have more to talk about, I'm sure, too, in the future. Anything else?
I think it's time to bring things down a bit, to sort of mellow it out a little bit and have a different kind of talk. Sort of a how would you say that?
Is there a is this? Am I getting the right one?
That's right. It's time for low key conversation.
I had to think about what you were saying.
I was queuing you up, man.
Well, speaking of, so we were on a high last week.
We were.
I think I might have said maybe my favorite M+U or whatever that is. My favorite episode, my favorite episodic Marvel Universe episode.
Loki episode 2. You said
I love
your favorite Marvel Disney Plus series episode.
Okay.
Yet.
So let me tell you this.
But good thing you said yet and not ever, because.
Oh, is this better?
I don't know. That's what I guess we're going to talk about. But before we get too deep into what happens, I want to talk a little bit about something that bothered me about it, because we're gonna say a lot of nice things about it, because I thought it was a great episode. But one thing that did annoy me about it, and that's, what are Loki's powers?
Oh yeah.
Because this has been a problem in Marvel altogether. This is the problem with having many hands on many characters and doing this stuff, is that things don't always get the same way. So, why is it that Captain America can hold a helicopter in place and yet he spends 10 minutes fighting a thug? It's like, you're stronger than this. Like, if you can hold a helicopter, you can just bench press that dude. Like, you can just toss him across the room. And so you see their powers very wildly over the course of movies, that suddenly, like, something that should be super easy is taking you way longer than it should. I mean, especially for the superhuman among us, and that is where Loki comes in. He is Asgardian, so there is a difference in his physiology, in addition to his 900 years of experience in just being a person in the world. So he does a lot of powers this week, and a couple times I was like, what? Can he do that? And I actually had to go and do a bunch of research and found out. So, okay, what do we know? The main power that he has is the ability that he learned from his mother, and that's illusions. So he can create full illusions. And he talked about this in the last episode, where there's a difference between just a basic illusion and creating a duplicate of himself. That's a different thing. But he says, on a molecular level, that is like that. It looks just like that. And the only time we ever see him do this, like cast it, is in Thor Ragnarok, when after Get Help, when they're walking along and you see him split. Right. So that is that the first time we've ever saw on screen him creating a duplicate and then slinking away. Every other time it happens off screen, because when we started talking about this, my wife was very confused about this. She's like, when can he teleport? He teleported in this one. I'm like, no, that's also a version of his illusion powers, is that somewhere in the course of the conversation, he made a duplicate of himself and made himself invisible, which I think is another part of his illusion powers, is he can turn himself invisible. Because we saw that in Thor, like when he first showed up. He's walking through S.H.I.E.L.D., where Thor's hammer is, and no one's looking at him. Because he's invisible, because he's using an illusion that I'm not here. So almost all the powers you see are variations on that. Like I saw a video that said he had shape-shifting ability, and they showed him walking out from Avengers after he'd taken the guy's eye and he was about to do his Neo speech. They're like, he goes from wearing the nice suit to wearing the full armor. They're like, he can shapeshift. Like, no, that's still an illusion.
Yeah,
like,
illusion. Right.
Every time he changes clothes, like he does it in Thor Ragnarok too, when Hela shows up, he's in a suit and then now he's in the armor.
Well,
I still think that's illusion. Like, he was in one or he was in the other, and he transformed it into that. I don't think he actually can physically transform his clothes, except for we do see him dry himself off.
Right. They show this at the very beginning of the show when they go back to Avengers. They have him in custody. They're going to leave, and he makes himself look like Captain America to make fun of him.
Right.
Illusion. I think that's clear. Right. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. The YouTuber put it up as shapeshifting. I'm like, I don't think it's actually shapeshifting. They do say he has telepathy, which I thought was interesting, because when he's talking to Black Widow, he knew her whole history. But the question is that him reading her mind?
Right.
One. Or did he just do his homework? Or option 3, which I think is more likely, he's been carrying around the Mind Stone for a couple of days.
He's got.
I mean, that's how he's affecting the Hulk.
He's got more than just the Mind Stone on him. He's got more than one pocket.
Well, that's so he has that's the other thing too, is he has sort of a pocket dimension thing,
right?
Where because he can put stuff like the daggers, like basically he's always walking around. I thought it would have been interesting if they had brought him into the TV the first time, that you would just see this kink, it's like everything like that he's been hiding around himself suddenly drops to the ground, like right,
that's funny,
because like I would think I kind of, in my head, whenever when he went to the TVA, all that was wiped. So he doesn't have anything now. Like, he doesn't have a gun or a knife or a sword or Norn Stone or whatever hidden on himself, because all that stuff got negated. But even like walking through, the doorway, all the stuff would have just but I'm sure it would have been confusing for everybody.
Well, okay, so the part you're talking about particularly is when he stops the entire building from falling on them?
That's exactly what made me go, whoa. Actually, that's one of the things. I went, whoa, hold on, what is that?
What is going on?
Because he's not using, it's not illusion, he's not using, because illusions have a green tint to them, so that's when we know he's using illusion powers. He doesn't, like, blast it or anything, it has no color at all. He just, like, emphatically gestures at it, and it goes away. Now, the other thing that I found is that they say he has telekinesis. And I was like, what are you talking about? Loki didn't have telekinesis. And they said he does. It's very limited, and he rarely uses it. And they show a scene from The Dark World where he's in his cell and gets angry and goes, and all the furniture flies away. So I'm like, oh. Okay, so my headcanon for that is he has a limited force field.
Right.
Around himself that he can extend.
And that was shown in the fight in Roxcart, where he has the Roomba come into his hand, right? Or whatever that thing is that flies into his hand off the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not stopping a building from crushing you.
No, it isn't. And that's the thing is he's never used it at that scale before, and he's never, ever used it in combat.
Okay, so two
because like
things
he didn't knock the guy out with
Right.
the telekinesis. He didn't push any of the people away. He pulled a Roomba to himself and hit it with it. And so that's sort of the other thing that I'm coming around to is that he is also faster than any human being. Do you remember the fact that he caught an arrow in midair as he was going 100 miles an hour?
Yeah,
like
I didn't.
With a no-look catch. Like his hyperactive reflexes. That's not an illusion. That's not a trick of one of the stones, one of the Infinity Stones. That's Loki. Also, in that same fight later on, he one-hands Tony Stark off a building. Picks him up by the neck, one-handed, throws him through what has to be shatterproof glass.
Yeah.
One-hand him.
Yeah.
And also in the fight with Thor, in Thor, he flips Thor. He's not to the level of Thor in terms of raw strength, but Loki is like Captain America level, if not more.
Well, see,
but
okay.
Every time that he's on any of the realities and he's fighting with some random troop, I'm like, you can destroy this guy.
So what is but wait, based on that, what is happening with the building? Because it's one of three. Because honestly, I think it's one of three things.
Well, it's like it's this telekinesis thing where they're like, oh, he has that. We'll just use that now.
Okay.
Or
it's stones in his pocket.
Stones, yeah, possible. Or three, this is all a lie.
Well, I was going to say it's not him.
I think what my weird. This is the weird fan thing that's going to be instantly disproven in next episode. Is when Sylvie touches him in that shed.
Right.
Everything from there on out is an illusion.
You're 100% correct.
That they're inside his head this entire time, which is why he's so relaxed about telling all of this stuff.
You are 1,000% correct. Here's the reason why. Because what bothered me about the episode, it's great dialogue between the two of them. It is, at first I was like, wow, you guys are really going to do this, which is, we talk about in Doctor Who and every TV show, there's always that one episode near the end of the season that's doesn't involve all the characters or has low budget stuff.
Because of scheduling, they always have to
scheduling because they're saving it all for the last two episodes or whatever like that.
Right.
That's what this episode seemed like. Two, it's amazing to end on the cliffhanger you ended in episode 2. We're all waiting to see what's the results of the time stream being blown up. You don't even address it. Like you don't even touch on it, right? So I think that's kind of interesting. Here's the part I did not understand, what did not work until what you've just said. This planet is going to be obliterated by another planet.
Yeah.
And there are people trying to apprehend them? The planet is literally crashing all around you.
Well, I think we've seen how people function in a crisis, and then
but wait a minute. You're gonna do the name escapes me. What's the Chris Evans movie about the train? That's a TV series.
Snowpiercer. It's absolutely Snowpiercer.
Okay, it's Snowpiercer. But wait a minute. You're not gonna make it. You can clearly see you all aren't gonna make it. I don't think that's how in that situation. There's no civilization. Nobody's still doing their.
Oh, I don't know. I think we've seen in Crisis that rich people gonna rich. Like, I believe that all the people who were on the train with them were on that arc because they rode the train in full comfort. They probably had a VIP entrance. They went to first class, and they were like, "Who cares about the plebes, man? We're just gonna and they probably all had leg room."
True. I didn't get. Okay, but what I still don't get is the what's going on in the streets. That the agents are still trying to get that. Like, that makes no sense. At the moment that things are literally hurtling through buildings.
True. I know when they did it, when the train goes around there and the boulder hits, and I was like, oh, people, like when an asteroid of that size hits, like, they ain't no train anymore.
Also, there's space, that too.
Yeah.
I really think you are 1,000% correct. I think you're going to find out that this was all nonsense.
But I don't know why. Because if it's to get the gizmo,
right?
The type thing, it was destroyed. But then what is it she's trying to get out of Loki then?
Yeah. Oh no, there's questions. So I was not.
Also, he cast magic missile at one point. Like he just like when do you shoot energy? Like he actually like shot somebody with a blast of green energy, and I was like, well, you don't do that.
No, it's. I will say that I left this episode. I was happy with the character development, and I was happy with Tom Hiddleston. My God, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
But
I had a friend complain online saying, this is what happens when you get 6 episodes instead of being a movie. You get a filler episode where nothing happens. And I was like,
see, I
could not disagree with you more.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nothing happened. It's just not. It's so not where I expected it to go.
Yes.
And on second viewing, it got a lot better. Like on second viewing, I was like, oh wow,
Yep,
it's not the second episode, but
yeah,
I believe that there is a lot more that's going to connect later on.
Yes, and it's basically 3 conversations.
Right.
Like over 3 different things. And I also like the fact that it's very subtle, but they're stripping away their layers. So if you look how they start out the episode, her in full Loki gear, him in full variant gear, by the time they get to the end, she's lost the horns, she's lost the cape, her hair is flowing free, he has lost the jacket, his sleeves are rolled up, like they have stripped themselves down.
Right.
Because they're being more vulnerable over the course of the episode. They are in a very different place by the end because of what they've learned about themselves and about each other over the course of 45 minutes. I think it was fantastic. Like those conversations are so full of nuance.
Yes.
And specifics and what words they choose and what they say. Yeah. You know, and also we find out that smashing a glass to the ground isn't his Guardian tradition. Such a nice callback.
That was really great.
I learned the song he was singing was made up for the show, so that was actually a Gaelic like story about lost love that they wrote. So they decided not to use a traditional one. They wrote one themselves. So that is an original piece of music, and that is actually Tom Hiddleston singing it. So we know he can actually carry a tune. And also this episode, I think, unlike any other Disney Plus series, starts and ends with existing music.
Oh.
Like they start out with a song called Demons, and they end with a song called Dark Moon. Like it starts and ends with a needle drop essentially.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of interesting.
No, I mean Wednesday mornings now are like prime viewing.
I know,
time.
it's just like it's one of the few times I don't mind waking up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was like, oh, it's 6 a.m. You're running, grab my breakfast like I'm a kid on Saturday morning.
I have something. Something to watch.
Oh boy.
No, I'm excited. Okay,
we're halfway through,
which is nuts.
Yeah.
What is the next episode? Does it begin with? Because I think here to continue the theme, it's going to begin with Owen Wilson. It's going to begin with Mobius. Mobius dealing with stuff.
Yeah, I would think that's probably true. And like them trying to figure out what it is because they're in a dead zone. So like he's got to figure out where it is because nothing they do makes any difference. So like he could do anything at that point. It's not going to show up because this is unfortunately the downside of the blind spot. Is the TVA cannot find them no matter what they do.
Oh wow, that's true.
Yeah, so I mean, like he could do anything.
And this, the destruction of Lamentus, this is a comic book thing. Like this,
it is, but it's not a big thing. It's not like a major thing. It was just like a side thing mentioned in one of the Annihilation. Annihilation is sort of like the Marvel space. Guardians of the Galaxy are kind of are from that, but really nothing else we've seen in the MCU has really tied into that.
Got it.
So yeah, but it wasn't like a major it was like the destruction of Xandar, which also happens off screen.
Right.
Like they just go like Thanos just goes, oh yeah, FYI.
Yeah. No.
Totally nuke those people too.
Crazy. Wow. All right. Episode 4.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. There's rumors that there's going to be we're going to see young Evie. So I'm wondering if they're going to see her origin story and find out that maybe she's not as Loki as we've been thinking she is.
Yeah.
But if that's her, if they don't kill her by the end,
right,
then she's very much poised to join whatever this new darker group could be. Because there was when there was Avengers and then there was Young Avengers, which we're seeing Young Avengers sort of forming.
Right,
we talked about that in previous things.
Right,
there were also then in response to that there was a dark Young Avengers that formed and a Enchantress named Sylvie was part of that. So I think they've taken some of the idea and concept and then woven it into this newish character with elements of those. So, but that puts her on the same path of your Thunderbolts / Dark Avengers theory.
Well, and I love the way you're seeing this, especially since this is along the same week that we saw the new Shang-Chi trailer. Mm-hmm. Seeing again how they've changed. They're taking the source material. They're putting their own spin on it. Like
Yes.
this is not taken directly from
No,
the
because
comics.
it looks like whatever they're doing in Shang-Chi, and I watched a bunch of deep dives on that, which some stuff I had never even thought of before. It looks like they're doing a whole different mythology for all of that, and I'm really excited because I like new mythology.
Oh yeah,
I like them doing something different as opposed to having to go, that's not exactly
right.
Look, I mean, even like right here, so like that's Mantis. Which is a very different Mantis than what we're used to seeing, you know.
Right.
So but I'm not necessarily beholden to
the
existing material, even though I'm a fan of it. It doesn't have to be perfectly accurate as long as they do a good job of telling their story.
Nice. Well, it's one of many stories that exist.
Exactly.
In the multiverse.
That's right.
On that note. Good stuff. We got a great week ahead. So
we do. So yeah. So I guess we're done with the show. I can lay down and take my nap now. I can just lay down and if I could just
look at you. You're right. We're cheek to cheek.
Oh my gosh, we are. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we still on? Oh, sorry about that. I just blew up my official Marvel Movie Minute pillow.
You got one too.
I do. Look at that. Look at me.
Well, it's meta. It's really. Well, the feathers were blending into the feathers on screen. It was. Oh, you're very handsome.
Right?
That's very nice.
Yeah, so have the feathers line up. So I can,
yeah.
Right.
You know, which, by the way, if you'd like to get your own pillow with our faces on it, thenextreel.com/merch will give you the entrance into a doorway through which
you keep selling.
You will find incredible different amenities that will bring joy and a surreal nature of the future to your life. God, that was horrifying. I had nothing planned. I didn't. As soon as I saw the pillow, I'm like, wait a minute, how did the pillow get? Oh, you have one.
I have one too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
My wife's enjoying her coffee from the Marvel Movie Minute mug. She said she only wishes that our pictures had been bigger.
Oh.
Because we're on the mug, we're sort of like half the size.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Next time.
So, Marvel Movie Minute continues on. We will be getting into more conversations with Tony and his dad and Justin Hammer and Rhodey. It's a whole exciting fest. And then, of course, Tony's about to have a major breakthrough. And so you want to be there for it. You don't want to miss that. So jump in right now or, go back and set yourself a playlist. Shout out to my friend Jason, who gave us a nice shout out on our Facebook thing, saying that's one of the things he enjoys in the evening. We're his before bed. He likes to listen to Marvel Movie Minute. So, let us send you off to sleep too. I don't think of it that relaxing of a show, but hey, everybody's got their own stuff. So
very nice. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. It was nice to hear from you. Subscribe, like stuff. We'll be back here next week to talk about whatever Marvel information drops. And soon we're approaching the arrival of the Black Widow movie. So we're excited about that too. So make sure you don't miss either one of those things. Enough said.
Bye.